or schizophrenia, or the hell, they got medicine for schizophrenics. A narcissist is one of the worst personality disorders to have because that person don't even realize that there is something wrong with them.
Well, girl, can you imagine a bipolar narcissist?
Oh
my. Girl.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm dealing with. I have somebody in my life that their mom was the authority figure. And I believe this person is a bipolar narcissist. So it's hard. He's like hot and cold, and it's almost like there's no in the middle. He's either hot or it's cold. And I have a coworker that is bipolar.
Okay.
And we talk about it. I didn't even know, but she was telling me she's been on medication for that. So that's why we don't know. She says she's not in denial about that. She actually got help for it. And that's what people need to do. They need to get diagnosed so they can get help.
Yeah.
But I was talking to her about my friend, and she said that it sounds like that person is bipolar and they have narcissistic qualities, traits. So I think, somebody said Kanye.
Yeah.
Kanye actually was diagnosed as being bipolar.
He's been bipolar.
He is bipolar. So he
don't need him to have been a president.
No. Kanye has, so a bipolar person has extreme highs and extreme lows, as being bipolar.
Yeah.
So with the extreme highs, you got him walking around talking about he's running for president. Those are his extreme highs. Then his extreme lows, you don't hear from Kanye. That's when he's probably going through a manic stage where he's a manic depressive.
Right.
So it's,
Or Kim.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Same thing.
I do feel sorry for her.
Yeah.
I do.
Because you don't wish bad on anybody.
No.
I don't care what the situation is.
I do. I have I've had my child was diagnosed with ADHD, and that's its own beast.
Yes.
It's its own beast because again, just like that one, there's highs and then there's lows. There's no in between, and it's not a good either. Things are extremely good.
Yes.
Or they're
extremely bad.
So when you're dealing with somebody like that, you kind of just have to kind of roll with the punches and you almost have to walk on eggshells when you're around them. You don't want to set them off. You don't want to do too much. You just want to let them be.
Yes.
Let them be and let them talk. That's what I do. Let them talk. Let them get it all out. You don't have to agree with it all. Just let them get it all out.
Right. Yeah, you don't have to agree with any of it. But just like you said, just let them get it all out.
Yeah, like Kanye, he talking. Trump, he talking.
Yeah, somebody said they think they know what Kim knew what she was getting into. Yeah, I think Kim, I think for Kanye and Kim, they were able, because that's my guilty pleasure. I watch that show. I do watch Keeping Up with the Kardashians. So I think that they complement each other actually in terms of both of their celebrity status and all of that. But she acknowledges that he gets a little out there sometimes, and she kind of defended him. Hey, Sharon, she kind of defended him about the whole Trump thing because she said Kanye was not a fan of Donald Trump per se. He was trying to push the fact that people have a right to like Donald Trump. That's Kanye's whole thing, is this free mind, you free to do as you please, whether people like it or not. He's on that type of kick. So it's not about, I love Donald Trump, but it's okay if, even though everybody hates him, it's okay to love Donald Trump. That's his whole get up. So again, it goes back to his illness, and they just need to give Kanye some medicine and tell him to go sit down somewhere.
I think Kim wanted a black man that she can control.
You think so?
Kanye is that man.
Yeah, because that other one she couldn't control.
He needs, his mom is gone. So
yes.
He needs that female in his life that kind of runs stuff. Kind of directs you and puts you where you need. And that's her all day long. You know, she's controlling.
Yeah, very controlling and domineering.
Yeah. So, and that's what he likes, and that's what he needs.
Yeah.
Because she kind of steers him.
Yeah.
She steers him when it's time. He gets loose a little bit, but she reels him back in every time.
Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
What y'all think about the kids going back to school?
I don't think they should go back until
Me
things
neither.
are better. I mean, I wouldn't want to see any babies going through what I went through, because trust me, their little lungs wouldn't be able to take it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
And
mean,
you heard about what they were saying about Donald Trump is threatening to take away funding to schools who aren't opening back up.
Yes.
And
I don't think he should have that power.
No,
he doesn't have that power. He needs to know what type of powers he has.
That's
right.
I think the whole he's misinformed about who we are the people. We are the people.
And the governors take care of that. So it's it will be the governor's choice to open up their schools in their own state.
Right.
You just try to do, fix the federal level, which we know he's not capable of doing.
No.
But stay out of this.
It's serious. He don't believe the COVID is as serious it is.
No, he doesn't.
That's because he doesn't have it, and he hasn't really been affected by it, and neither has any of his nicely little loved ones. I think one of his kids just got it, or somebody got it. Nobody has been affected.
His son's, I think his son's wife.
His son, his son's girlfriend.
No, his son. Okay. Yeah.
I think I have a ghost in my house. This light keep going in and out.
Where your sage? Where your sage?
Like it just came on, it went up. Okay, did I say something wrong?
I don't like living in your spotlight.
Y'all know it's a bunch of singers on this post, so we might break out except for Tarsha, so we might break out with a song at any time. So be prepared.
You better start rapping.
Okay.
That's not it either.
Look, I stay in my lane. I know my call. You know your calling, Sissy. I know that's right.
Yes, I do.
Spoken word, Tasman.
Right. Can you have
she can't do that.
Spoken word, Tasman. Maybe you can say
spoken word.
Oh yeah, I could do a little poem.
There you go.
Yeah. Well, we'll sing a little. We'll hum some background while you do the poetry. So, ladies, I want to read something that. Let me get out of this. The post has been floating around all week. It was floating around last week, and it was a little disturbing. So it says, let's do some math. A lot of you got the 600 CARE Act for 16 weeks, also the stimulus check for 1,200, and unemployment of 400 a week to sit home and do absolutely nothing. For some of you, that was more money than you've ever made in your life. 400 times 16 weeks equals 6,400, plus the 1,200 stimulus. Then 600 times 16 weeks equals 9,600, total 17,200 cash that hit your account. You didn't use any of that money to buy any insurance, build a business, invest in stocks, invest in yourself, fix your credit, purchase some real estate, try to flip any of the money so that you can make more, get out of your current situation. The government gave you the bag, but you spent it on hair, handbags, sneakers, name brands, vacation, custom masks, weed, popping bottles, fireworks, and flossing on social media. If you do not start changing your mindset and your lifestyle, you're going to always end up broke. This nonsense ain't even funny anymore. Every opportunity we present for change, you ignore it, but you blame everyone but yourself for always struggling. Poor equal passing over opportunities repeatedly. Let me first say, the only thing that I agree with in this whole thing is, if you do not start changing your mindset and your lifestyle, you're going to always end up broke. That's it. I'm going to say this one last time about this unemployment. The people who are getting 400 or 50 a week, as that's the max, that's up there at the max, plus the extra 6, those people were making 50,000 a year or more. It could be that 600 is probably a little extra for some people, but not that much. So let's just take this, let's say you're getting the 400 a week max plus the extra 600. It's 2,000, I guess, a month, or I'm sorry, 2,000 every 2 weeks. that still is a little less than what you were making on a job. Can't you people understand that? Stop counting somebody's money that's getting unemployment because you think they're coming up with this extra 600. Are there people getting a little extra? Maybe. But guess what? They don't have no medical benefits. They don't have the security of knowing they got a job to go to the next day. This 600 is going to get cut off. They got all kind of bills that they're trying to catch up with and stay caught up on or whatever. They got extra groceries because they're at home and they're eating. They've got extra lights. They got extra water or whatever because they're now at home every day. Stop counting other people's money and worry about yourself. Now, if that money was indeed extra for you, then you would be a fool not to flip it in some kind of way. You would be a fool not to use it to pay your car off if you got a car note. You would be a fool not to use it to maybe to dabble in some stocks while they're low because we're in a recession. But you're not going to be able to flip no property. You're not going to do any of that with no $17,200 that you got in 16 weeks. This is not for children, but that money ain't shit.
Yeah.
Oh, keep it real. That ain't shit. You're not doing nothing with that money. I'm just going to keep it real.
Your mindset wouldn't even be right to even try to go out there and try to find no property to
No.
even buy. You too busy trying to stay afloat.
Trying to stay afloat. That was the most negative post I could ever see. And it's got all this misinformation about unemployment. I'm so sick of people getting pissed off about unemployment and thinking somebody is getting over on them because they at home and getting this extra money. First of all, if you feel like you need to be getting money because your employer is got you coming into work every day, that's an issue between you and your employer. You need to go take it up with them and say, look here, I'm an essential worker. I've been coming in here. You need to break me off something. If they say no, then maybe you need to find another job. But quit sitting here pissed off at people that's unemployed. They are let it go. Let it go. I'm so sick of hearing it. And stop putting people down. It's the average person wants to work. They want to be productive in society and make a decent living and bring home a paycheck. So the fact that they are on unemployment for the average person is not a good thing. Nobody wants to sit on their ass collecting government checks. No decent person anyway. I'm just going to keep it real. So I had to address that because I've seen it, and it's a whole lot of young people that have been posting this, and here come all the comments like people are balling on unemployment. That money is nothing. It's nothing. You got people that were making 85, 90, 95, 100, 120,000 a year that are now getting just $22,000 every 2 weeks. Come on now.
Yeah.
The fact that you think 17,200 is a lot of money, your mindset needs to change because again, that ain't shit.
No, it's not.
Sure isn't.
My job cut down one of my days a week. I only was working 4 days a week. And I tried to apply for unemployment and they said I made too much. Now, I thank God that the way my situation is, that I got a roommate and I have my little side hustles, that I was still able to stay afloat, even though I have 2 days missing, sometimes 3 out of my check. But I am so grateful because I don't know what I would do being on unemployment like that. You know, like you said, the insurance, I have a child. So what happens with the insurance situation? Because you save money. You think you're saving money in one area. I think, okay, I'm saving money because I'm not driving to work, which my job wasn't far anyway. But now my son is home. He's not eating at school.
He's eating at home.
I have to feed me and him now.
Yes.
My
3 meals.
All my utilities went up because now we're home.
TVs are on.
More, the lights are on more. Everything is more. So for somebody to sit up there and, like you said, count your money, that's ridiculous.
Worry about yourself and your own pockets and your own money and your own, and God bless the essential workers, because we wouldn't be able to function properly at home if it weren't for them, those in the grocery stores and the nurses and whatever. But I think that if you have issues with the fact that you are still working, then you need to be speaking with your employer. You need to be having conversations with your supervisor saying, you know what, I feel I need a little bit more money here. Those conversations you should be having with them, not getting all on social media trying to make people feel bad because they're unemployed. That's not right.
Here's my take. I've said this already earlier today. I posted it. With all of what's going on in today's time, I think the focus is on the wrong shit. You shouldn't be worrying about what I got, what she got, what he got, and what they putting away, whether or not what they doing with it. You need to focus on your own self.
Yes.
And your own walk.
Yes.
Walking your purpose and quit worrying about what my purpose is.
Yes.
Right.
Because I'm going to get there the same as you. We both going to get there. We're going to get there at different times. Just let me do me. It is not on other people. It kills me when people want to judge somebody else's life or judge their situation. You don't know what is going on in their household. You don't know what has been on the back burner for them that they accomplish at that time. You don't know what it is. But you sitting so high and you think you're looking low.
Yes.
You're not Jesus, you're not God.
Yes.
So that kills me with all of what's going on. We all trying to stay alive.
We're all trying to make it. Whether you're employed, unemployed, whether that 600 is extra or it ain't enough or it's just barely enough or it is enough, whatever. We're all trying to make it.
Yeah.
And to constantly keep, I can't tell you how many times a week I see posts about people, these folks sitting at home with this $600 extra unemployment and blah, 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 and they using all their money for fireworks. The fools that's popping the fireworks was doing it last year. Where they get the money from last year and the year before that and the year before that. Stop it. Stop it with this nonsense.
Aren't you glad God is sovereign?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
If he wasn't sovereign, we would be in trouble.
Yes.
He judged us on every itty bitty thing that we did. We would be in trouble. And it kills me with people in their lives who are doing their own stuff. So pay attention to your closet.
Right.
And my thing is, why are you complaining? You think this is free money? This is my money that's been taken out of my check. In this, just in case when these things happen, there's a covering. It may not be much, but I'd rather have something coming in than goose egg. So people need to shut up.
Yes.
That part.
Yes.
Or if you have a problem with what I'm doing, then how about I take your coins and you pay my stuff, pay my mortgage, put money in, gas in my truck, pay my life insurance.
Right.
Some people are insurance poor because they want insurance for everything, as they should, because they're productive citizens.
No, you mean insurance rich. That's our family. We got insurance. We get insurance. Our parents and grandparents taught us to insure everything. Yes.
Pay your life insurance.
Everything. Everything.
Everything.
Yes. I think that's a big chunk of my check goes towards insurance.
Yes.
Yep. I rent.
Yes.
For people that rent, you have to get renter's insurance too.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that part. Yeah.
Yeah.
Renters, they must have renter's insurance.
And maybe we need to encourage. And so like I was saying, I agree with some part of that post. Our mentality does need to change.
Right.
And if you can put something away, if you can invest in something, if you can buy a little bit of stock that might possibly raise tomorrow. If you can, again, save something for the rainy day. And if you are getting extra in unemployment, then seize that moment and make it work for you and not blow it on BS, because it's not going to last always.
No, because he's thinking about Moscow Mitch, aka Mitch McConnell. I can't stand his butt. He wants to make everything one time.
Yeah.
He with this stimulus package, another stimulus is going to come out, but they have to, I guess, prepare for it before they go on vacation or something. The Congress goes on vacation.
Yeah, they're on vacation now, I think, until the 12th.
Yeah, so when they come back, they're gonna start that up and everything, and they want to, I guess, get people paid out. But it sounds like this is gonna be, it's just 2 times and that's it. Yeah,
and I hope that they do continue the pandemic unemployment, because every time we got to roll back and shut something back down, that's more people now back out of work. The unemployment,
Right.
there are people that applied in March that still haven't gotten their unemployment yet. That's how many
Yeah.
people are on unemployment. So they really can't cut. If they cut that 600, it's going to be some smoke in the city.
Yeah.
Be a lot of people in trouble.
Yeah.
Because that 600, that extra 600 is keeping them, whew, okay, I can make it. I can sell.
Right.
You cut it, it's going to be some smoke in the city.
Yeah.
So, but I know I think the problem is some people won't go back to work because of it. So I think they're also looking at an incentive to where going back to work and we'll give you 400 a week for maybe a month or whatever as a bonus if you go ahead and go back to work. So that, I know that's something that's on the table with the Republicans. So we'll see. We'll see. California is definitely going to have to continue it because there's a lot of folks, and I'm here today. We might roll all the way back to a lockdown.
We should. We should be on a lockdown because we opened up too early.
We did.
What we should have done, in my opinion, kept it closed when the virus first hearing about the virus in March. Should have kept it closed from March all the way up to the present. Open up for July 1st. If everybody wants to get buck wild, it's the summertime, everything must be open, money. We must have money, must have the economy going and everything else. It should have been closed for March and open July 1st.
Yeah.
I bet the numbers would have reflected something totally different than what they're showing now.
Yeah.
Right.
But
absolutely.
People cave under pressure.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I think the governor, he was kind of standing strong at first.
And everybody was commending him.
Yes, but then you had you had the OC and you had some people up north and different people kind of riding his neck and protesting and doing all of that. And I think at that point, that's when things kind of went sour. And he was kind of every week he was pushing for something else to open. It's like, dude, slow down. And it's very scary to hear that these emergency rooms are pretty much at capacity. I'm out here in Ventura County. There's no more room in the inn. There's no more room in the emergency. I hope nothing happens to us because there's no more room in the ER, in the ICU, none of that.
Yeah, they're at full capacity.
Full capacity.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
All because people they feel wearing a mask is infringing on their rights.
Oh, if you know what I know.
I'm Tracy.
What right?
There lies the problem. There lies the problem. Some of these people need to get it for them to understand it.
Yeah.
Most of us have common sense. We don't need to get it to understand the seriousness.
No.
Some of these other people don't have the common sense and they need to get it to understand.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
they do. In a nutshell, they need to contract the virus.
Did you see the story of the guy, the lady's uncle, who passed away, and he wrote this heart-wrenching Facebook post the day before he died because he went to a party, but he did everything right, but he just decided to go to a party and he didn't have a mask and no one else had one, and he started to get sick. And the day I think he went into the hospital, he made a post saying, I'm so sorry. If I just want everybody to know, please do everything they tell you to do, wear the mask, all of that. And he was dead the next day.
Yes.
Wow.
I read that. I was like, wow. He regretted.
Yeah.
He regretted it.
Yeah. It's not worth it. It's just not worth it. Then you have people that won't, excuse me. You have people who won't won't cooperate with contact tracing. To me, it's almost like having an STD or AIDS or something like that. You have a responsibility to let the people know who you've been around and who may have been exposed to that illness so they can get help. They may not even know they have it. They may be carrying it and not know and got it from you, and you refusing to tell people who you're around. That's horrible.
Right.
That is horrible. Speak up. Tell them.
How about the people that I can see both sides? I wouldn't, if I see someone in a store without a mask on, I'm not going to go up to that person and tell them you need to put the mask on.
No, I'm going the opposite direction. I'm going to stay
away from you.
Yeah,
I did that to to somebody in Target today, didn't have a mask, and Keith was laughing because I said, oh, and I said, oh, no, you can't come near me because I got 2 masks on and you don't have on 1? Oh, no.
Right. Now, what if that person would have heard you say that? And then some people, this one lady, she lost her job because she coughed on somebody.
Mm.
Yeah. There'll be a lot of laying hands at that point.
Oh my goodness.
Don't play with me. Don't cough on me. We're gonna be scrapping up in here. Don't cough on me.
Just like the guy from Costco, he lost his job because he went berserk and told the lady, told the lady to back up. He was acting very aggressive with her to the point that someone called security, called the manager over, and he had to get escorted out of Costco. And somehow, people, they like to have their phones and they search who you work for and get you fired. So people gotta be careful.
Yeah.
If anybody, you see somebody in the store, they don't have no mask on. If you
get away from them.
Yeah, just get away from them. But if
because they ignorant to begin with.
Yes.
Yeah.
Look, they might have more than the corona. Erica said, Kenji, for you to tell your Target story, what happened?
Oh.
Oh, go ahead.
So, she also said, I see Erica also said that Disneyland is supposed to open up tomorrow and there's already a line.
Uh-oh.
If that's true, that's sad. That's really sad.
Well, I know Downtown Disney was open today. Yeah, it's open today. So they about to open the whole thing tomorrow?
I thought it was just Downtown Disney.
Oh,
they did a petition. They did a petition to keep Disneyland closed, but I know Downtown Disney was opened up today.
Oh, okay.
They're really about to have the numbers up now.
Yeah, we ain't never getting out the house. Go ahead, Kenji.
So yesterday, I was at Target, and you've seen my shield, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So I had the shield on. I went into Target. I was standing there looking at some stuff, and a gentleman that works there came up and asked me if I had a mask. I said, no, I don't have a mask, but I have my shield. He said, well, you can't be in the store without a mask. And I said, where's the sign? Because I thought you needed face covering. So he said, well, the sign is. I said, I'm not leaving because I have a face covering. So he was like, well, I have to get my manager. I said, well, get your manager. Let me talk to her. So the manager comes over and she says, ma'am, you have to have a mask. And I said, well, I don't have a mask. I have the shield. And I said, and this shield is more protective than a mask. And she said, well, no. Well, she said, well, if you don't have a mask, I'll go get you one. I was like, okay, whatever. So she goes to get me a mask. And so I put it on just to, I put it around my ears and it was here because I'm sorry, the mask is constricting. And that particular mask, I saw a little special about it, like what's in the mask, because what I didn't really get to go into with her is that she had on that mask, right?
Okay.
Now, when me and Erica got to the line, she thought I didn't have it on, and I told her, I said, no, I do have it on, and I told her, I said, my shield is more protective than your mask. She said, no, I don't think so. I said, yeah, it is. I said, let me ask you this: what you think the spit gonna do? It's gonna slide down. It's gonna slide out the shield, come around, and get you.
Right.
I said, no. I said, and not only that,
fly right through that mask.
Come on, and it's because it's a barrier.
Yes.
And the shield goes here all the way almost to my ears and down here. So if you're talking, if they really don't know how COVID is contracted, so I've heard stories about it it can get in your eyes. It could get stuck on your face. I mean, if somebody's talking, so say you got a mask and somebody spit and it slided, you never know. So to me, I thought the shield was more protective. And I was trying to explain that to her. She was like, no. I said, no, it is. And I wish they would come out and talk about the differences between a mask and a face covering, because first they said that if you're the ones that are really protective are the N95s. Okay. So she didn't have one of those on. She just had that paper, that little paper mask.
Right.
And so I just wish people would be more educated about what is required or what is more, what can protect you more as a shield as opposed to just a mask. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
Because I was a little offended, but she gave me a mask and I was like, whatever.
Right.
But
Right.
I just wanted to, when I explained it to her, I wanted her to be a little bit more open-minded as to where I was coming from as far as my shield being more protective than the mask. Because we're still breathing the air.
Yeah.
And my thing
Did you
is,
know that
those face shields, the surgeons wear to prevent blood splatter when they do the surgeries.
Yeah.
I don't get that.
I don't get that, but
so yeah, and so when people say they don't work at all, it is a barrier. And if we both have one on, we're protecting each other. So when you say they don't work at all, then your next surgery, make sure you tell everybody to take a mask off while they're operating on you, since they don't work at all. Because they're wearing a mask not to protect themselves, they're wearing it to protect you as you lay there unconscious under the knife.
Now, did you ladies know that when you're going shopping or you're going somewhere and you, oops, I forgot my mask, that you can go and ask them for a courtesy mask?
Oh.
I didn't know that.
Well,
I keep an emergency one in my car.
Me too.
I was at California Fish Grill, and the lady, she said, I ordered some food. I forgot my mask. Can you give me a courtesy mask so that I can enter your store? And sure enough, they gave her a courtesy mask. And I said, I never thought that you can do that. She said,
wow, that's nice.
So I didn't try it myself, but I just happened to witness the young lady.
That's good to know.
Well, when the lady brought me the mask, the manager, it was in a little plastic baggie.
Okay.
And it was inside. So apparently they do have them. And one of the things Erica did say, she just said, is that it said on the store, the sign said face covering. It didn't say mask. So that worded, I work in law, so don't come at me.
Yeah, your verbiage need to be on point. Either or and or.
Yeah, and it's not worth getting in fights with people. Especially if you're a customer as well. I mean, the people who work there are just doing their jobs when they say, I'm sorry, you can't come in here without a mask. And then they're just doing their jobs. And so, for people to get belligerent and try to fight them, that's just so ignorant.
It's the Karens.
I was like, I'm coming in here. I'm coming in here.
Yeah, somebody threw shoe boxes at somebody today at the shoe store. They were throwing shoe boxes at the person because they told them they had to put a mask on. See, I would lose my job because you're not gonna.
I will, because I'll be throwing them shoes right back at you.
You're not gonna be abusing me at work. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna have to whoop your ass. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I can't. Fire me. Where's my final check? I'm not gonna take that.
To me, I'm gonna throw the shoe box at you.
Right.
As you have them do unto you.
Yeah.
Someone posted a video of the lady. She was just going around. She was just shopping. She came across a display that I guess it was a Kohl's or something that were selling masks. She was like, take this shit down. And she was just throwing them. She was just throwing them everywhere. She was like, they don't need this. I'm like, why are they selling masks anywhere?
Wow.
The whole display was everywhere to the point someone called the manager over and they were like, you got to go, lady. She was like, well, I have to go. We shouldn't be selling any masks. This is just a hoax. This virus is not nothing. I'm like, oh, okay.
Oh, wow.
I would have made her clean all that crap up.
Yeah.
Because I heard that there was a lady. Dang, I hate when we bring stuff up and I can't show you guys, but I read somewhere where something like that happened and the lady ended up contracting it.
Oh,
good.
Wow.
Karma.
Yeah.
It's a bitch, ain't it?
Oh, Lord. Jesus Christ.
I'm just still tripping that this day has came. Like, it's a trip that we're living in this day and time.
Yes.
If you could have
said, many cycles is out.
Yes. If you could have said 5 years ago that this was happening, a couple years ago, last year, we never would have thought that it would be this bad. But there have also been videos that have surfaced where President Obama had talked about this some years back when he was still in office, saying that we needed to be prepared.
Yes.
He wanted to put something in place because he said in 5 years, which at the time he was, I think he
Exactly
was on
5
his
years ago.
last,
Mm-hmm.
he said that this was going to happen.
Yes.
Something like this is going to come, and we need to be prepared for it. And the sad part about it is that we have a president that's in office that wants to point the finger instead of trying to find a resolution for it.
Yes.
And the thing is that we don't want you finger pointing. We need help.
Yes.
And we need you to take this serious because people are dying.
Yes.
And I think it's unfortunate that sometimes people don't understand how serious it is until somebody they love dies. I told you I lost 2 people. I lost a cousin, 2 cousins to this. And one of them was similar to the story we said about the guy. His mom told him not to go to the party and he went anyway. He contracted it and he died. So I think that we got to sit back and think, what were we doing last year? What were we doing 2 years ago? And reevaluate everything and figure out how to move forward.
Right.
You know, with good health. What are we doing different now that we weren't doing before? Or how this virus just got out of control?
Wow.
What can we do? What weren't we doing before that we need to do now?
Erica mentioned a girl she went to Crenshaw with. Her husband worked security at a store in Gardena. He killed a guy Sunday after an argument over a mask. Yeah, I saw that on the news today too. That's horrible.
Wow.
Oh man.
Yeah, and it's it's just do it. You can't. You have to wear a seatbelt. I mean, you don't have to. You can choose not to, but if you get pulled over, you're going to get a ticket. You can't go into certain establishments without shirts or shoes. I mean, you can try, but if they have a sign that says they can refuse service, they can refuse service. It's the same thing. Wear the mask. I think it's so selfish of people not to wear the mask. I don't get it. Just wear it. I don't wear it. We walk pretty much everywhere now because that's how we get our walk in. So if we need to go to Target, we'll walk to Target. We need to go to the bank, we'll walk to the bank. If we need to go to the grocery store to get a couple of things, if we walk to go, to the grocery store. So and when we're walking, because we briskly walk, we don't wear the mask because we're not really coming in contact with anybody. We're just walking. But the minute I get ready to step foot inside whatever building it is, mask goes on. When I walk out, mask comes off. If I end up walking in the parking lot where there are kind of lots of traffic, mask goes on. But it's using common sense. You don't need to have it on when you're driving.
And I see a lot of people doing that.
You look dumb. You don't need it when you're driving.
Not only that, who are you going to catch it from? I was like, I'm not doing this.
Yeah.
Myself.
So when you're driving in the car with a mask, who are you going to catch it from?
Right.
Yourself?
Exactly.
Right.
Come on.
Right. So you do have to exercise some common sense.
Yeah.
But when you find yourself in the presence of strangers and people, put your mask on. That's it. You do your little shopping, do whatever, and come on out. I definitely think restaurants and in-house dining, I won't say restaurants, but in-house dining was brought back too soon because they want you to wear the mask when you enter. And then once you sit down, of course, to eat and drink, you take it off. Well, all that time you're sitting there eating and stuff is flying and whatever, it's too soon. It's just too soon. Let's just keep doing the little takeout and go or eat it out maybe outside. But if you're with a group of people that don't live in your house, they're still dangerous.
Yeah, I was about to say that. I think it's if they set the restaurants up to social distance, because what I'm concerned about is with certain places closing down is that people have lost jobs.
Yes.
With some of these places still being open, then people can still work. I would love the restaurants to still be open.
Yes.
And they make it so that it's social distancing. You can only have a certain amount in your party. And like you said, Tarsha, if you don't live in the same house, then no, because you are sitting at the table and going back and forth.
Yeah.
But I wish they would do that, especially like for takeout.
Yes.
So that those people can still have jobs.
Yes.
That
I agree. I know from the beginning of this pandemic, Keith and I, at least once, maybe twice a week, we pretty much cook our meals, but we try to, patronize some of our favorite places or whatever, so those folks can stay in business, because a lot of them are little mom and pop places, and without that money, they're in trouble.
Yeah.
And these are the same people that aren't able to get the PPE loans because they're all going out to the billionaires. But that's a whole nother topic. So yeah, if you can patronize these little businesses, go order you a plate to go and take it home and eat it or whatever. At least that's some income. At least to kind of keep them afloat until they get better.
Yeah. Now I like that Erica said Pan's restaurant has tables outside now. That's a very good thing to do, to be outside, because if you're outside, then and they set them apart. That's great.
IHOP has them as well in the parking lot.
Oh wow! See,
they put up tables and chairs and whatnot outside in the parking lot.
Oh, somebody Virginia said, did you guys see the guy from Inglewood that was released from the hospital today? He lost 30 pounds. They were discussing muscle wasting. I thought of you, Tracy. Yeah, they're definitely, I think, Tracy, you were blessed that they didn't put you on the ventilator. For those that end up on the ventilators in the hospital, they do come out with the muscle wasting. They showed that bodybuilder that, he was real buff and he's like sunk in or whatever now because he was on the ventilator for so long.
I didn't have the ventilator. However, I remember we had the conversation and you told me to go and buy the collagen.
Yes.
Okay, I've been on the collagen and it got better, but I lost muscle formation as well.
Yes.
But I've been eating up everything ever since. You didn't tell me the other side effects of the dark collagen.
Okay. But you know what? Also, you said something really key, Tarsha. You said, but there's a good thing she wasn't on the ventilator because she came out. A lot of them people that are on the ventilators don't come out.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, and ma'am. I'm glad when Tracy was diagnosed, they took the test, but they released her before they knew that she had COVID. So I'm thankful to God.
Yes.
She wasn't still in there when she found out she had COVID, because you never know what they would have done while she was still in there. So that was a blessing right there.
Yes.
That she was released before then.
Now, I was sharing with one of my coworkers today. I don't know what the treatment was that they did where they would kind of do something to your blood. They would put something in, whatever they would do to your bloodstreams, where they would hook the machine up to you and they would dilute your blood or shoot something through your blood to kind of help.
Coagulate, I think.
Is that what it is?
That's the term.
That's the term.
That's the term, because they were discussing about that today.
And that's where you clot up, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have little.
Yes.
Okay. Now let me say this to you guys. I didn't get none of that done, but every so often I get these bubbles in my skin. Underneath my skin, it may be a little something, and I was thinking it was hives. When you was talking about
blood clot is
yes,
but it doesn't stay. It'll be whatever, and then I'll go, oh, look at that, and then I'll rub it a little bit, and it goes away.
Okay.
Like right now, I have it on my leg. I'm rubbing a little leg, so in a minute, it's gonna be gone. It's the weirdest thing. I don't know if that means that it's like a clot that's traveling or whatever it may be, but I didn't get that done. Thank God. But what I have been taking aspirin.
Okay.
Aspirin on a daily basis, because aspirin is a blood thinner.
It's a blood thinner.
My situation is, if it's something going on, I want my blood thin enough to do whatever. And then I've also been taking, and we're doing cayenne pepper in certain things, because cayenne pepper is also a natural blood thinner.
Okay.
Just in case you all didn't know, when you're trying to shake some little cayenne pepper will thin your blood.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks for that, Tracy.
Yeah. It's the vegan also, I work with.
I heard that. What's an anti? Isn't what is it? What's the yellow one?
Turmeric.
Turmeric. Isn't that an anti-inflammatory?
It is.
And I put it on my eggs every morning.
I take a capsule.
I take a capsule as well.
Me too.
D3. Turmeric.
D3.
I do oregano. Oil of oregano.
All of oregano.
I do garlic.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
I do the garlic cloves.
I do garlic.
Yes.
And then when you're feeling a little sore and you're hurting, just drink some ginger.
Okay.
Like a ginger.
That D3 though is very important because most Black folks are deficient in vitamin D, and vitamin D is crucial to lung health. So we have been taking vitamin D faithfully and religiously in this house every single day. I probably have too much vitamin D in my system because I take a 5,000 milligram capsule every day. But yeah, Kenji, the turmeric is good for inflammatory or any of that. Okay. So yeah, if you can get all these natural herbs in, it will definitely help to kind of keep these viruses and things away.
Right. Well, I like that too.
Elderberry. Elderberry is another one. I take a teaspoon of elderberry. That's good for immune health as well.
Yes.
Okay. I have the tea.
Okay, that's good.
Okay. I do too. Yeah. And let me just tell you, ladies, I am a straight Goli fan. I love Goli all day long. It's everything. Since
the apple cider gummies.
Oh my God, my sugar had been up. I started taking those Golis.
Okay.
My sugar came down. It's not down as far as where I want it, but it really, really brought it all the way down. I was I'm trying to take this apple cider vinegar, but it was tearing my stomach up.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, you have to dilute that with water.
So now the Goli, I gotta stop myself from eating the darn things because it's like
they're very tasty.
They are tasty. They are so good, but my goodness, I love them. I love them, and I haven't even finished the one bottle, but I'm ready to go and buy some more so I won't run out. I'm serious. I'm a Goli fan.
Well, next week, ladies, one of two things is going to happen. I have a topic for next week. I was kind of sharing it before you got on, Tracy. I was sharing it with Tarsha and Kenji. It basically kind of talks about in-laws and how some in-laws allow infidelity and things amongst their family members. And we were saying how toe up that is, because if you're related to somebody and they're allowing their relative to cheat on their spouse, you just as toe up as that spouse is out there cheating. And there I took it from a Facebook page. I screenshot, it was a group that I'm in, and they talked about a situation that's going on basically where a wife is friends with her husband's brother's wife. And they're kind of good friends, but the husband's brother has a whole nother woman and family somewhere. And he has brought this other woman and family somewhere to his mama's house. So she raggedy too. And then this lady's husband knows about the brother and his stank side chick and all this other mess. So we're going to talk about that next week.
You better go in my backyard.
We gonna talk about that one because I just think it's trifling when somebody in your family is doing dirt and you know the spouse and you allowing them to do dirt and you don't say nothing. That's just
That's terrible.
So we're gonna talk about that, and then we may have a guest to talk about reverse racism. I had somebody come to me that want to share their story of how she was wearing braids. She is, she's a white girl, and she was wearing braids in her hair, and a Mexican girl told her that she shouldn't be doing that, just really came down on her or whatever. And so she works in a beauty salon. And so the African-American people that come in there had no problems with her wearing the braids. But the other one saying the Mexican girl was saying, well, you shouldn't be doing that. But how is it your place to say that she shouldn't be doing it? Kind of I may have her on as a guest, but so just to forewarn you guys, but definitely want to talk about that other in-law stuff.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be good. I don't smoke, but I might have to have me I'm gonna be sitting up here with a drink. And look, that's the one day I'm gonna come off of this celery juice. I'm gonna be sitting here like, girl, let me tell you something.
Somebody said, wait till next week. Y'all make sure you bring your wine for sure for next week's party, because we gonna
I've been drinking water all this time. I may bring some wine too.
We gonna get in the mix with that situation and really talk about it.
I'm surprised ain't nobody brought some bullets to that house.
Yeah, that's just toe up. And like I said, mama toe up too, because you enabling your son to be trifling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically. All right, ladies, we've come to the end of this tea party. But as usual, I'm grateful for everybody that tuned in. Thank you so much. Join us next week at 6 o'clock. And remember, our glory does not consist in never falling, but in rising each and every time we fall. Still I rise, still we all rise. Until next week.
Bye.
Y'all be good to each other and wear your masks.
You're listening to
Wash your hands.
Ice Tea Party with Tarsha T. Rodgers, only on LA Talk Radio.
Look, I don't want to get y'all sick.